On this week's Avanti Top Tip, we are making a case for good sleep. According to the National Sleep Foundation, sleep powers the mind, restores the body, and fortifies every system in the body. Adequate sleep and possibly more sleep is especially important for persons with higher energy expenditures, such as those who are physically active or who have physically demanding jobs. So, what happens when we lay our loins down and close our eyes? An interesting article I came across by Time states that when our heads hit the pillow every night, we tend to think we are surrendering. Not just to the exhaustion, though there's that, we are also surrendering our mind, taking leave of our focus on sensory cues like noise, smell, and blinking lights. It's as if we are powering ourselves down like we do the electronics at our bedside, going idle for a while, only to spring back into action when the alarm blasts off hours later. That's what we think is happening. But our scientists are now revealing that couldn't be farther from the truth. In fact, when the lights go out, our brains start working, but in an altogether different way than when we are awake. At night, a legion of neurons spring into action. Like a well-trained platoon, the cells work in perfect synchrony, pulsing with electrical signals that wash over our brain with a soothing, hypnotic flow. Meanwhile, data processors sort through the reams of information that flooded the brain all day at a pace too overwhelming to handle in real time. The brain also runs checks on itself to ensure that the exquisite balance of hormones, enzymes, and proteins isn't too far off kilter. And all the while, cleaners follow in close pursuit to sweep out the toxic detritus that the brain doesn't need and which can cause all kinds of problems if it builds up. Interesting, isn't it? If every one of us slept as much as we're supposed to, we'd all be lighter, less prone to developing type 2 diabetes, and most likely better equipped to battle depression and anxiety. We might even lower our risk of Alzheimer's disease, osteoporosis, and cancer. And with up to 70 million of us not getting a good night's sleep on a regular basis, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention considers insufficient sleep a public health epidemic. In fact, experts urge sleep is emerging as so potent a factor in better health that we need a social shift and policies to make sleep a non-negotiable priority. Now let me make a personal appeal. I have made it a mission in life that I get adequate sleep because I have so much to accomplish each day and I can't afford to be sluggish. My best friend used to call me the polar bear because I would enter these hibernations periods that would see me emerge reborn. Now that time came along because of the stretches I would lay down, unintended. We're talking 12 to 14 hours on weekends and holidays. Sleep can't be something that gets in your way. The consequences of skimping are great. You might not realize them right away. It's like a ticking time bomb. One day, it will blow with catastrophic effects. Dr. Sigrid Wiese, a leading researcher and a professor of medicine at Perelman School of Medicine at the University of Pennsylvania, says that we all want to push the system to get the most of our lives, and sleep gets in the way. But we need to know how far we can really push that system and get away with it. Now I could go on and on about this, but I won't. You can read more about it the link in the description below. Now let me leave you with this. When this fails, everything else around you will. See you next time.